Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv learned something new about their friends, and Amira is starting more drama. Let's talk about everything in this Bel-Air Season 3, Episode 7 review. Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv are going on a vacation, having some fun, and probably get some type of spark back. Before Uncle Phil is by the pool with his lady, Omar stopped by. He was talking about the protesters and Yolanda. The protesters have chained themselves to the bulldozers, it's costing them money, and the construction has halted. Uncle Phil was letting them know that he doesn't have many options, but he did mention that they are trespassing. Omar was getting an attitude about he thought he had connections. If he can't get the job done, he'll find another lawyer. Man, it's normal for Uncle Phil to be hesitant about the situation. I'm assuming he doesn't want anything to go any further with the protests and to keep it as peaceful as possible. Continuing off of that, Jazz had a community meeting at Charlie's Vinyl and Yolanda was there as well. She was letting them know that if they get enough signatures, they'll be able to halt construction until the issue is decided at the ballot box. In addition, Jazz and some of the other business owners are trying to get legal help. And at the same time, Will found out that Omar was trying to buy Charlie's. Jazz's friend Terrell was doing too much as soon as he started talking. He told Yolanda that she has a good idea, but it's time for them to turn up the heat, and Jazz agreed. Will pulled Jazz to the side and he told him that he'll talk to Uncle Phil and that he wants the best for everybody, and Jazz said he wants what's best for his client, not him. Jazz tried to say like he understands that's his family, but Will told him that he's family too. But he told Will to leave. He didn't want him to get caught up with what they were doing. We'll talk about that later because it did not go the way that Jazz expected. It's a tough time for Will. He's in the middle of it all. He wants to make sure that both sides are good because he cares about both people involved. This might have been a situation that he should have just stayed out of, or at least have a talk with Uncle Phil when he got back. Y'all know Will wasn't going to stay out of anybody's business. He let Will know that he grew up around the corner. He saw how limited access opportunities and jobs impacted families, including his. Omar told him that the neighborhood is changing fast, and Will thought, what, some of the people are just going to get left behind? This part, I'm not mad at him because he did a good job using Will as an example. Omar tried to get him to understand. He says he probably has friends back home in Philly that would want the opportunity that Uncle Phil had gave him. Should he have turned it down because everyone else can't have the same thing? I mean, that is true. If he just would have stayed back home and not take the opportunity, he probably would have been in danger for one, but also he wouldn't be progressing as much. Ever since he went into a new environment, he sees he has new options, and these options are making him want more out of life. Once again, I guess you can see a little bit of Omar's side because he's been through it and he wants to have more opportunities, but it is affecting those that have been there for years. Moving along, it's vacation time for Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv. LaMarcus's parents are there, Lamont and Annie. They were invited by them. Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv also ran into some old friends that they met at an Alpha convention, and their names are Tiana and Caleb, and they are a freaky couple. If you notice, the actress that plays Tiana is the same one that played Professor Milgram from Power, and yeah, let's just say they might have some similarities. The men and women separate. Caleb's talking about all the stuff that he tried out with his wife to make her happy, and he also gave some stuff to Lamont and Uncle Phil. Tiana told the women that they have an open marriage. When I seen Aunt Viv's face, I was like, nope, no, Aunt Viv, leave that alone. Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv met back up and they were talking about keeping things open for the trip. I knew something was up. Aunt Viv had that look in her eyes like she was really curious. She did ask them if they could just sleep with anyone, and they said they do have rules. Besides the whole freaky part, they did have some fun. Caleb told the DJ to put on a song. There were some people from their fraternity there and they were stepping. Seeing this, it took me back to that time when Will tried to get Uncle Phil to step, and he did. It's nighttime, Lamont and Annie are somewhere doing some stuff, and it's Uncle Phil, Aunt Viv, Caleb, and Tiana. When they were in the pool, the women switched sides. I was like, oh no, it's about to go down. I was actually surprised because I thought Uncle Phil was going to be tripping. The night's almost over. They go to Caleb and Tiana's room, but they didn't go through with it. Aunt Viv says she can't believe they almost let another couple seduce them, and they spent some quality time on the balcony. It seems like they good now. I'm glad they're bringing back that spark because I wouldn't want to see these two break up. Now that the parents are away, Will and Carlton are trying to invite their friends over. Jeffrey told them he don't want no funny business, and they said they're going to be on their best behavior like always. Even he knew that wasn't true. When was the last time they was on their best behavior? Carlton, he got a plan and he wasn't going to give up. He seen Penelope was outside with Jeffrey and he was trying to get Jeffrey to leave. He was naming off different spots like the observatory, but Jeffrey said he was going to order in dinner for everybody. Carlton's still going. He asked Penelope how much of the city that she's seen and she said she wanted to see more before she went home. Now this is the last chance Carlton got. He brought up a Jamaican patty place that Jeffrey mentioned and she said she likes Jamaican patties. She was helping him out. And what did Jeffrey do? He agreed to leave, but his friends gotta be gone by 11:59 p.m. At first, I was kind of thrown off by seeing them two together because it looked like they had a rough start, but it looks like things are working out. Jeffrey's gone, you already know what time it is. Lisa's there, Amira's there, Zaire pulled up, and one person they didn't expect to show up, and that was Jackie. Zaire was supposed to bring somebody he was talking to, but something happened, so he invited Jackie since they got off around the same time. And plus, I don't think he knew Will and Jackie had a thing, well, at least not yet. Will couldn't even hide what he was feeling. He was kind of acting awkward. He told Jackie that him and Lisa are official and nothing's breaking them up. Lisa had to speak up because Will would have just kept talking. She apologized about what happened the other night and Jackie accepted the apology. Things aren't going to go that smoothly. From the beginning, you could tell Amira was irritated that Jackie was there. I was like, it's none of her business. She can just stay out of it. She told them they gonna play a game called Heal and Reveal where everyone goes around and shares what nobody knows. Remember that? Carlton said that in episode 1 that he had to do that when he was in rehab. Of course she picked Will first and he didn't talk about what she probably thought she wanted him to talk about. He was talking about their business and it being down for the people, but them being behind the Bel-Air gates, the people don't think they're with them. And Zaire told him that no matter where he lives, it doesn't change who you are. He's right, no matter where he's at, he's still him. He cares about the people and he wants to help them out. All he can do is just do the best that he can. He might not be able to help everyone, but it may mean a lot for the ones that he can help. The next person happened to be Lisa. She's going through some stuff and Will didn't even know about it. Lisa let everyone know that since her dad became the DA, he's been at work non-stop. She had to help out with her baby brother way more than she expected. Plus, she's trying to get her times up for swimming. Lisa's dad could find a way to help out the family and not just leave it all on Lisa. To be fair, he might be in a stressful job, but he should try to find some way that could help out his family while he's not there. Or at least find a time to come home and help out as much as he can. Things got even more messier. Carlton picked the question. It was, who did you lose your virginity to? Carlton didn't want to answer it. I already knew who it was by that silence. Jackie guessed it that it was Lisa, and Zaire was funny. He was like, wait, this Lisa? Because he probably wouldn't expect one cousin to date the other cousin's ex-girlfriend. He told him he didn't know black people got down like that. I was like, man, he don't even know the half of it. Good thing Uncle Phill and Aunt Viv didn't make it a family trip. He would have heard a lot more. Then it was revealed that Jackie and Will did something which I think Lisa should have known, but I guess in that moment, she just didn't want to deal with it. Amira learned something new too about Carlton and Lisa. Probably shouldn't have been playing that game. They may have told her eventually because one day she was gonna find out. That is still wild to think about when that's the first time hearing that they are dating each other, especially since that was Carlton's ex and Will is his cousin. Also, I wonder if in the future they had Carlton date Jackie like how in the original they kinda had a little date but it didn't work out. What if in this one it did? You never know. They're inside the house now. Zaire and Jackie left and Amira, she's about to go in. She brought up how Will changes the subject when things get uncomfortable, that he avoids conflict, that if everybody gets along, he doesn't have to pick a side. You probably noticed that in the first episode because he did try to change the subject a little bit when Ashley asked Carlton about rehab. You know Will wasn't going to take that. He told her nobody's feeling what she has to say. He asked Carlton and he basically agreed with her. Will basically thought he agreed with her because he was trying to get some. Then he asked Lisa and well, she agreed too. She mentioned how she had to smooth things over with Jackie so he didn't have to be the bad guy. And that sometimes she has to stuff down how she's feeling so she could focus on what he's going through. Will got mad and he went upstairs. Amira gonna say walk away, that's what he does. I was like, the way she said it sounded like she the one dating him. When you think about it, he kinda does. Uncle Phil and Jazz. He doesn't want that situation to go any further, so he doesn't have to pick a side. There's Lisa and Jackie. He's cool with the both of them, but he doesn't want anything to happen. He wants to make sure that everything is good, but sometimes, some situations, it just won't be that way. Lisa had a talk with Will. She tried to apologize for what Amira said, but he just told her not to hold back with him. He didn't know she was going through all of that, and she told him that she's used to being the one that everybody leans on instead of her doing the leaning. She wants him to check on her even when she doesn't ask. After she left, him and Carlton got into an argument. Will brought up that Uncle Phil might be a part of the problem with what's going on. Carlton let him know that he cares. He's just trying to give his dad the benefit of the doubt. And it's not his fault that Jazz can't pay his taxes. Once I heard Will say, handle your business, I knew something was up. That was the same thing Lou said when he was in a situation. You know what stupid decision Will did? He went with a group of people from the community who went to the construction site destroying some of the equipment. Terrell from earlier, who was a little riled up during the community meeting, set the trailer on fire. Jazz even mentioned that wasn't a part of their plan. Will, what are you doing? He made an emotional decision that could come back to hurt him. It's like he's been out there for a minute. You think he would learn his lesson and change a little. Lisa and Amira were about to leave. Lisa needed some lotion. Amira said she could check her purse, and when she did, she found some type of drug. She came up with an excuse, the same one that she told Aunt Viv and Carlton. I should have said something in the last review, but I wondered if that excuse was real or not. I guess she uses her sister passing away as an excuse when she gets caught or messes up. We don't know her family yet, and we don't know if she has a sister. She asked Lisa not to tell Carlton that he's getting his strength from her and it could mess up his recovery. Here we go again, Lisa having something else that she can't talk about. Amira seriously needs help. I don't know where her family is. Hopefully we learn about them before the season is over or something. Someone has to be there for her. Moving along, Jeffrey in this episode spent time with Penelope. You could tell the both of them still care about each other. She told him she appreciates his loyalty to the Banks family, and with everything he does it get lonely? And if he has a girlfriend, he said he has some friends, but they don't stack up. I think we could tell who they don't stack up to. Jeffrey doesn't want her to leave, but she has to go back home for work. He not slick, them old feelings is popping up. Then she accidentally bumped into some dude. I don't know if this dude was drunk or what, but he copped the attitude. She apologized and Jeffrey was about to step in, and you know he don't play. I think she knows this because she calmed him down, and in the other episode when Jeffrey's brother appeared, she calmed him down then too. Jeffrey actually ran into that same dude in the restroom. Jeffrey was washing his hands, getting ready to leave. He wasn't bothering nobody. Then the dude gonna tell him to tell his woman to save a dance for him. Everybody who watches this show knows he messed up. If he didn't know not to mess with Jeffrey before, he knows now. He punched this dude in the chest, I think, and pushed him back. I said, this dude not so tough now. I guess he thought he wasn't gonna do nothing. Penelope tried to stop it earlier, but this dude kept pushing it. When Jeffrey came out the restroom and then the other dude came out, she seen he was looking funny. She knew what had happened. She said he never did like a bully, and he told her he doesn't know what she's talking about. She did say that she'll stay a little longer, and their part of the episode ended with them dancing together. And who knows, hopefully Frederick will start to get along with Jeffrey. Overall, it was a good episode. It was some drama and stuff in here that will set up for the next episode. Will was making stupid decisions that could affect him later, and some of the couples were reconnecting in their relationships and more. But I am interested to hear y'all thoughts. Comment below. What did you all think about the episode?